quick as possible because it's already right around 12 to 1 a.m. I think, at least, let me check. Yeah, it's 12 p.m. But yeah, a lot of guys or a lot of you asked me to do a video talking about the reverse short. So I'm gonna do another video to go more in depth into the whole theme of basically trapping. But to do so, I will need kind of a live video, an example with level 2 and all, to really explain what I'm looking for exactly, because the reverse short is based on a lot of things. It's really not easy. So if you're not really experienced with level 2 or the tape, I would just recommend to watch all the charts and all the stocks um, every day when the market is open, really to kind of get accustomed to the whole idea of level 2 and all, because you will see absorbing and all, and big orders, icebergs, and all those things that make the tape what it is, um, and really learn it, because it's really a craft that you kind of get with time. I don't know any single person with which I worked previously that knew right away, all right, I just learned to read the tape and I know it after the tape. It's like everything else, like reading, like, I don't know, learning another language. It's pretty much the same. You just need to work on it, and after a certain time, you're gonna just think, all right, how could I not see this? But I mean, it's like everything. So let me get back to the theme. So, um, first of all, the reverse short works basically all the time. So there is no specific time, because we have a lot of different trapping patterns that work on the reverse short. The only thing that we need to see, it doesn't matter which time frame, is trapping, trapping, trapping. It doesn't matter if it's in the morning, right away at open, at 10 a.m., 10:30, right around 12, or in the afternoon. It just doesn't matter. The only time I would say where I don't see a lot of trapping is, let's say, the time 1 p.m. to 2 2:15 p.m. Right around there, that's when you don't see those. Most of the time, you're gonna see the stock spike at that time. Um, so I've got 4 charts that I'm gonna show you, and the first one is Annie. Annie had 2 different reverse short opportunities on that one day, on the uh, 1st of December 2018. I think, yeah, should be right. Um, so the first one is right in here, and the second one, or let's say that's the first one, the other one is the second one, is right here. So what do I want to see? In the morning, when I'm looking for reverse short, I'm looking for low volume at open, eager short, and then trapping. So first step, dumping at open, and you want to see as little volume as possible. So now, how can you know, all right, that's low volume? Look at the history. History often repeats. Just look at previous dumping days and compare the news. If you see basically something like phase 2 or phase 3, and you look in the past, and 9 times out of 10 it reacted to phase 2, let's say, the same way, and with approximately the same volume, you can expect the stock to do the same thing again. At least you have the higher probability that it will do so. So what do we see? We see a dump, and usually Annie trades more volume than that at open. So gets down, kind of crashes. The only time where we see an increase in volume is when it tries to bounce over the VWAP, which is right in this candle right here. So spikes, comes back down, can't really break down, or breaks down but then reclaims. And 3 candles after, we are already back in this range right here and testing VWAP. So where is my entry on this short? Usually this spike or this bounce would be maybe a signal for a short. But that's the whole idea of a reverse short. The reverse short is basically, alright, it's near a perfect, or most of the people, 90% of traders, will think, alright, that's a good spot for me to go short, and that's exactly when the reverse short happens. And that's the whole idea behind the reverse short, and that's why I call it a reverse short and not a long, because basically you would think, alright, perfect, I can go short, and it's basically right there that you get destroyed. So we get a spike. First time that we get kind of volume right here, then we tried, so we overview at that point, then try to push down, but look at the volume, nothing. Just absolutely no volume and selling pressure. So that would be my first entry right in here. Risking the lows or a break of VWAP, it's how you like it. I like to take the lows, especially at the open. Where is my ad? That would be my starter. My ad would be at the green-red mark, or red-green in this instance. And the target is basically 3-to-1 risk ratio, which would be, that's around 550, and my stop is right at 5, so I would be aiming for 6.5, which we did hit a little bit further along. Second one, and second pattern, is the bouncing short trap under the web. So what do we want to see? We want to see low volume. So what you want to see in an uptrend is volume on the pushes, and then kind of fading volume during a retest, basically, or kind of a consolidation area, basically the B move of a wave. Sorry guys, I just completely forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, I wanted to show you a pic. So right here, what I'm looking for a basketball trap is, we want to see kind of this action right here, and I'm going to compare this to a normal trend. So that's right here, that's the trap, and the normal trend goes like this. So some of you will think that's exactly the same, but a healthy trend breaks down, touches or can't even touch the previous support. Previous support becomes resistance. We touch it, we get down, we touch it, we get down. On the bounces, low volume, and then increasing selling pressure and volume on the move down. But what do we see right here? And that's exactly why Hammer and I were so defensive about, I think, which one was it again? Maybe AS and S, or TIK, I think. TIK, I think that was it. Because we were kind of like defensive because exactly of that trapping action. So in a normal trend, you want to see the support hold as resistance once it breaks. And right here on trapping action, bouncing ball, we're going to see this. So breaks down, goes over the previous support, which is now resistance, breaks down by a few cents only, bounces, few cents, bounces. And what you're going to see is basically they're trying to get shorts in. So first bounce, we got shorts coming in right here. We got shorts coming in right there. After that, the bounce, we are having shorts getting in right here, right here, right here, right here as it breaks down on the bounce. So basically we have a tight range. It's a tight range. It's really nothing because we are only breaking down by a few cents, but the shorts are really piling in. And that's in kind of a tight range. So what do we see after that? that's the line. So that's the line, trapping line, trap goes on. So we're going to see one more push, let's say, blah, 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 here. And then we have kind of this spike right here, boom. So that's, let's say, 10 cents. So from here to here, that's like 15. That's a move 10 cents. So what are shorts doing at that point? We have buying volume, so we have longs right here. And then right as this move happens, only 10 cents, we got all those shorts right here that are all covering. Then we got the first pullback. Longs are piling in because they're thinking, all right, trend is continuing. Shorts are trying to get out, break even, and then boom. Second move, all the eager shorts that are still in right here are getting squeezed. All the shorts right here, and we got the whole range, the whole shorts, every short is basically getting fucked right here into this move, and that's why I'm looking at this here. So we got the longs, we got the bounces, 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 bounces. Every short is piling in. Then the manipulators dump their shares quickly, and what happens next? We just broke down VWAP, so that's the perfect short in theory. The perfect short, load the boat, it's on the VWAP, it's never coming back again. But what do? We spike up, so we bounce, respect the previous support, which is now resistance, try to break down, but what happens? First of all, right here, we did absorb. I remember on the tape, and I remember level 2, we had hidden orders on the bid, we had absorbing on the tape, we had everything basically telling me, alright, it's quite funny, it's not reacting the way I want. And especially as we tried to break down, we did, but we reclaimed right away. And you must imagine, like, all the longs in here, they are red right now. All this buying volume, all red, but it can't even get the selling pressure. Nobody is panicking. That's not normal. You don't want to see that. So it reclaims and then it pushes to VWAP, and right here, that would be my entry, not even over VWAP, but we are coming back into the range after not being able to break down. So first entry right here, stop under the lows. I'm getting long and adding over VWAP, and the target, once again, high of day, which is right around 3 to 1. But most of the time, those traps lead to some kind of retest of the high of day. And yeah, most of the time we do end up then fading. We just get the push over and basically fail when we do try to break. So that's a little bit trickier. TNXP, once again, what do we want to see? We want to see huge volume at open, and we even got it, and we got to move down. So right here, that wouldn't have been a bad short at all, especially because I think TNPX had an ATM still open. So right here you could have kind of shorted and covered, but what happens next? So we got big volume on the candle. The dumping volume isn't that big. So right here we are looking at some kind of pullback, and we are still in an uptrend going on from the pre-market. Once we spike over VWAP, we push, so that's not a reversed short for me right here. As I showed you, a reverse short in the morning is for me only some kind of dumping and then reclaim on higher volume. That's nothing basically, because a lot of stocks, if Mia is looking at this right now, do you remember THST, I think? I think other stocks, to all of you now, I think AWX, NBAV, which one was it again? We saw a stock like that, basically, TIK, once again, you get some kind of pop right here, and then we do end up crashing. So that's nothing I want to play. The odds are just too bad. I checked it with my files and all my statistics, and that's not the thing I want to play. I want to play, if that doesn't come at market open with the trap, I'm looking for the time frame at 10 a.m., which is right here. So we trap, once again, basketball analogy right here. You can't see it, it's the 2 minute, but on the tick chart and on the 1 minute, you're going to see we are bouncing, and basically shorts are trying to short right here, and we get some decent volume, not so decreasing volume once again as we come back down, which is a healthy sign for an uptrend. But the selling pressure was in here, and we just couldn't break. We were absorbing the whole time on the level 2, so you got small bids, but you got a far more on the tape going on, far more selling pressure, but we can't break. We can't break. It's the perfect area. All the longs are basically getting trapped, and they are all red, but we can't break down. So spike volume increases, as you know, stop under the lows, um, stop entry right here, target high of day, we get it, I get out, I think I got it right here, and the second piece right here before getting short. So that was it for TNXP. Next one, ASMS. We got two patterns on this one. So market opens, no big push, as you know. I'm looking at the volume. We're looking at the volume, and it is really low at open. So we get the push, VWAP reclaim, volume comes in, as you know. I'm looking for that long stop under the lows, 3 to 1, right around in this area, or even I think before the halt you could have gotten in and gotten out with a nice profit. Next one, as I told you right a while, there is no perfect time, but I have my pattern. So right here we have all this buying action right here, right in here with all the volume. So right here we get on the VWAP. What are we expecting? All the longs are gonna panic, and we are gonna sell down right away. But what happens? Look at the volume. No selling pressure, no panic. We are absorbing on the level 2. I remember this one as well. Comes back over VWAP, stop right here, and target high of day, which we end up getting right away once again. And I got this one long. I remember I was talking to Lobo. I took this one long after after I took it short. So let me check. Or no, I want to make another video. So right here, what do we have? Low volume at open, dump right away, but can't really break down. We get the volume right here in, and we break over the top. Boom, 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 and it's done. So I'm showing you um, a few things right here. So I think it should help you to give you an idea of what I'm looking for. But I'm gonna make another video with precise rules and all the things that I want to show you. But it's the only thing I could do today because I had quite a few things to do. So yeah, I wanted really to help you and to bring out at least one of the so this video basically. Alright, see you tomorrow in chat. If you have any questions or kind of suggestions that you want to make, please tell me, guys. That's why I'm here, you know. Alright, see you.